Hello, and welcome to our training video on the fuel combustion analysis test that we perform here at VPS. My name is Jennifer Waln, and I'm a chemist at our LaPorte location. Today, I'm just going to cover the basic test procedure of the FCA test as well as the results and their significance. So let's get started. Why do we perform FCA for our customers? Well, when you go to the gas station to put gas in your car, you have the choice as to what octane you want to use in your car. The higher the octane, the better the quality. Now, marine vessels run on diesel fuel and heavy fuel oil. With those fuels, instead of using the octane number to gauge the quality of fuel, the cetane number is used instead. Cetane number gives a quantitative measurement of the combustion quality of fuel during compression ignition. And so when a marine vessel fills up, they take the word of the supplier as to the quality of fuel they are buying. But how do they know what they are really buying? Well, that is what we do here at VPS for our customers. We offer a full gamut of tests that determine the quality of fuel. And one of the tests that we run, the fuel combustion analysis test, measures the estimated cetane number, which will give the customer a really good idea as to the quality of fuel they bought. Now, let me explain the principle of the FCA test. Basically, what happens is that a portion of the sample is injected into a combustion chamber that is held at a constant volume. The fuel ignites, and sensors in the combustion chamber start gathering data. These sensors detect the start of the injection and pressure changes during combustion for each injection. After 25 injections are performed, all of that information is gathered and the results are based upon the average of those 25 injections. So that is the basic principle. Now, after all that data is gathered, the computer puts all of that information together and gives us a number of different results. Of course, one of the most important results that we attain is the estimated cetane number, or the ECN. But we also allow the customer to have a more in-depth look into the quality of the fuel they are using. The ignition delay is the period in time in milliseconds between the start of the fuel injection and the onset of combustion. Basically, ignition delay is measuring how long it takes for the fuel to ignite. In this graph, the y-axis represents pressure and the x-axis represents time in milliseconds. Measurement of the ignition delay is started when the pressure reaches 1% of the maximum pressure recorded at the end of the combustion period. The next measurement that is taken is the main combustion delay. You can see here on the graph that the main combustion delay is the period of time between the start of the fuel injection and the initiation of main combustion. Measurement of the main combustion delay starts when the pressure reaches 10% of the maximum pressure recorded at the end of the combustion period. The sensors then measure when the main combustion period comes to an end. This is called the end of main combustion, which is the period of time between the start of fuel injection and the point where 90% of the fuel has been combusted. End of combustion, as you will see here on the graph, is the period of time between the start of the fuel injection and the point where the pressure increase as a result of combustion has reached its maximum and has stopped increasing. Next, the pre-combustion period is the difference in time between main combustion delay and ignition delay, or main combustion delay subtracted by ignition delay. Main combustion period is the difference in time between the end of main combustion and the main combustion delay, or end of main combustion subtracted by main combustion delay. The afterburning period is the difference in time between the end of combustion and the end of main combustion, or end of combustion subtracted by end of main combustion, as you can see here. Maximum pressure increase is the point at which the pressure is at its maximum. So basically, all the fuel has burned off and combustion is completed. Now we are going to look at a different graph. Here on this graph, we will look at pressure rate over time. The y-axis is representing the pressure rate, and the x-axis is representing time in milliseconds. This is the point of the start of the injection, and this is the end of combustion. First, the maximum rate of heat release is the point at which the pressure is increasing the highest. This is the point where the most energy is being released during combustion. Next, the position of maximum rate of heat release is the period of time between the initial injection and the point where the rate of pressure change reaches its maximum. This property is defined and measured by the position of this peak. Accumulated rate of heat release is the surface area between this line and the x-axis. So it is all the surface area under the graph. This is a measure of the total amount of energy released during the combustion of the injected quantity of fuel. Okay, so those were some explanations of the results that we gathered during testing. So, what do we report to our customers? Well, we send a detailed report that includes all of the values we just went over as well as the graphs that accompany the information. We then grade the ignition quality as good, acceptable, or poor, and the combustion quality as good, acceptable, or poor. We also include information about the possible impact that the fuel quality will have on their engine systems. Now, I want to touch upon the quality control that we perform to make sure that our machine is working properly. We calibrate twice a year, as well as running weekly QC to make sure that the machine is operating as it should. If the weekly QC fails, we then run a verification standard. And if that fails, we then take action steps to track down the problem. The bottom line is that we want to ensure that our customers are getting the quality results that they have come to expect from VPS. When our customers fill up, they should know the quality of fuel they are buying. So, VPS customers will be able to fill up with confidence knowing that we are here protecting their interest. Okay, that is all I have for this video. I hope you were able to gain a deeper understanding into the FCA testing that we provide. Thank you very much for watching.